Vanessa. Welcome back to the Solena Global Living Podcast, where we cover real stories, real estate, and the realities of life abroad. Today, we're traveling to Murcia and the Costa Blanca South, which might not be an area that is top of your list when considering where to move to Spain, but maybe it should be. So this area is located between Alicante and Cartagena and just a little bit inland. This is a rich, fertile area known for lemon groves and agriculture. And Murcia offers a small city lifestyle close to the beach. My guest today is David Rivera, and he is a Murcia native and a real estate professional, and he's going to be our local guide when I bring my scouting trip to Murcia in late October. So I wanted to grab him, bring him onto the podcast, and pick his brain about why this area might be the right fit for some of our guests who are considering moving to Spain. So we're going to talk about Murcia, lifestyle, food, and what the area in general offers to people who are seeking a relaxed Spanish lifestyle. Without further ado, let's dig into the interview. Hi, David. Thanks for meeting with me today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
So I'm looking forward to taking my scouting group to Murcia, and you're going to be showing us around town in just a couple of months. But I wanted to get you on the podcast and pick your brain and learn more about Costa Blanca South and Murcia, and just give people more color and context about this area of Spain. So thank you for your time. So you're a Murcia native. You were born there, but you grew up, you left, and you decided to come back to the area. So what drew you back to this part of Spain?
Well, and this is the place where you always want to get back. You know, in my early 20s, I always wanted to travel the world. So I left and lived in big cities like London. Then I moved to Barcelona and then Paris, and I've been traveling a lot. But I think it was stress, because after living for a while in a big city, what you find is that you are stressed and you don't know why. I mean, you're used to a different kind of lifestyle that you don't find there. And that is what keeps calling me back to this area. I think also the connection with people here is more, the joy in the people is different. People tend to live outdoors and they're not so bothered about, competition and work and all that. It's more about enjoying the quality of life, and living outside. And the rhythm of life is different. So it's different. It's kind of, you take life in a different way. And also, I found that there were lots of opportunities. This area has grown a lot in the last 30 years. So you can see back in the day, there was tourism, but it was only for summer tourism, whilst now a lot of infrastructures are there and a lot of things are happening so that people are coming here for all year round. So I love it.
Yeah, what would you say is one of the wow factors of Murcia? When somebody comes to the city, what do you want to show them?
Well, I would say is the mix of rich history and modern life. And if you come in the winter, you really get amazed and you get the feel and the vibe of how people live here. And there are things like Tardeo, where people, they party during daytime. And that's quite interesting to see. And if you're a foreigner, you come here in the afternoon, have a tapa, and then go out, and it's like you're clubbing during the day. And this is things that you will not find anywhere else. And it's due to the joy of people.
I love that. As somebody who really would love to be in bed by midnight, the fact that nobody goes out until 1:00 in the morning, I'm too old for that. That sounds amazing. I got to come check that out. So let's move outside of Murcia. What are some of the other really noteworthy areas outside of the city?
Well, outside of the city, you have the good thing about Murcia is that everything is within reach. So there's the Sierra de Carrascoy. It's only about 3-4 kilometers away from downtown Murcia. And over there, you find a lot of areas for sports, biking, running, and also for just visiting. There's a very nice area. There's a church called La Fuensanta. And over there, you have one of the most beautiful viewpoints that you can find. So if you're coming there for the first time, I would recommend to go up there, visit the church. And then next door, there's a place called Quita Pesares. It means like the place where you go to get rid of your sorrow, or your regrets. And it's the place where lovers take their couples for the first time, and you have a fantastic view of the city. You have a panoramic view of the city. And from there, you get a feel of what the region is like. And then also, I would say the sea, because you're very near the sea. It's like half an hour. And then there's an inland sea, which is very special. It's the biggest salt lagoon in the whole of Europe. And there are lots of sports, which are safe also for families. And a lot of places, nice restaurants, interesting to see. Lots of promenades as well, so you can walk around the whole sea, and beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really diverse area. And then you're about an hour from Alicante, right? Which is is that the closest international airport, or does
There you go.
Murcia have an airport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicante is the fourth or fifth in terms of traffic. So that means that you have all connections to all the main capitals in Europe. And that's what we love about this area. I mean, it is true that sometimes with our spirits, we want to travel and we want to keep on doing things. And I love this area because of that, because it gives me the opportunity to go anywhere I want, and it's so easy to travel. And you get a lot of affordable tickets. I mean, there's so much traffic that you get a ticket for a weekend and you can be in any city in Europe. And that's something I really, really appreciate.
Yeah. Let's talk about one of my favorite topics, which is food. Murcia has some interesting, unique food items. So what are some of your favorite local dishes?
My God, there are so many. There are so many. I mean, if you come to Murcia, you have to try the caldero. Caldero is the fisherman rice. Is what they used to cook. Like the local fishermen would cook, and that's very special here. It's cooked with fish and it's served like in a pan, like from the old days. This is like very traditional, and the flavors is so intense. It's like you are eating part of the sea, and it's so intense. Sometimes they mix it with some garlic, and with a view that can something quite unique. And then you have a variety of tapas. Here in Murcia, we have the fields. They call it the fields of Europe. So it's easy to find local farmers or local places where they also do organic vegetables and all that. And there are lots of tapas which are made with vegetables, like, for instance, pisto. Pisto is similar to ratatouille, and it's veggies with tomato sauce. And then there's sarangollo as well. This is zucchini with potato, with eggs. I mean, there are so many things. And then if you come to Murcia, you obviously have to try the marinera. Marinera is it's a Russian salad, which is like a potato and tuna salad. And they add an anchovy on the top, and so nice with the beer, the cathedral, with the view. So amazing.
One of my favorite things that I had there was I can't remember what it's called. It's a lemon leaf that's dipped in the churro batter, and then you slide the leaf out. I mean, as a vegetarian, I'm limited, so I'm always into the desserts, right? That's my go-to when I'm learning about a food culture, because I have most access. But what is that dish called?
That is called paparajote. It's quite a difficult word.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to say it.
It's paparajote, and locals always make a joke with that. And when an outsider comes to Murcia, they tell them they have to eat the leaf. And the lemon leaf is only for taste, you leave it, you don't eat it. But some people actually end up eating it.
Yeah, it would make for a confusing dish for sure. It doesn't feel very edible. But I was just surprised at how much flavor the leaf imparted into the batter. I mean, it was surprising. So that was fun.
This is known as the area for lemons, the fields of Murcia. They contain lots of hectares of lemon groves.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so popular.
So let's switch gears a little bit and move toward the coast. Let's talk about Costa Blanca South. So this area between Cartagena and Alicante, how would you characterize this part of the Spanish coastline?
Well, I would say it has improved a lot in the last 30 years. This was an area where years ago it was mainly focused on holidaymakers and summer, just basically summer. And now with all the construction, the infrastructures, now we have high-speed trains coming to the area. We motorways all over. So you can be in big cities like Madrid, Barcelona in 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and a half. And then you have some of the most important shopping centers as well. They build like the shopping centers, but they are outdoor. And
Yes, I went. I
yeah,
couldn't believe it. You warned me.
you
You're
were
like, this
there,
place is
yeah?
big. I got lost in the parking garage.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, this place is unreal. And the prices were
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, I'm up in Catalonia and we have similar stores, right? Zara, whatever. Prices were definitely better. There was incredible shopping down there.
So yeah, in this area, you can see a bit of contrast. So you really have to know the area, because you can end up in one of we call them UK ghettos, where, from the 70s, the
Yeah.
Brits, yeah, they are very used to being with
With
themselves,
themselves. Yeah. I ended up there and I remember I was like, David, what's happening? Where am I? I have left Spain.
Yeah. So it is a must that you know where to go. But I mean, when you know the area, this area slowly gets to you and you end up falling in love with it. And it has become such an international community now, with so many nationalities. And now the nationalities, you can see that they're blending with the locals. So a lot of the things that are happening are attracting both the Spanish and the locals. And you don't see these ghettos anymore. And that's what I love about it. And the fact that you live here all year round. And in fact, I have to say, the winter has become the best time of the year.
I would imagine so, because it only gets down to about 20 degrees Celsius, right? So you
Exactly.
can golf all winter long. I mean, you have a year-round season, really.
Yeah, you have over 20 golf courses around, good quality ones. We have Las Colinas, which is a five-time award-winning as Spain's best golf course in Spain. So there's a lot of things for families. Nice promenades. So they've done a lot of kilometers of promenades along the beach. Nice areas for sports. Good schools. You have international schools, so it's a very, very nice area to live all year round.
Let's talk about the golf community lifestyle. So obviously those communities exist all over Spain. What draws people to invest in properties in this part of Spain versus, say, the Costa del Sol?
Well, I think it's much more affordable. Now it's like things are growing here in this area, so are more balanced. So if you compare with other areas, but still you can get much more for your money than you could get For instance, we're selling a luxurious golf resort. But I mean, if you compare, we always speak about, when we travel and see other places, we always compare prices, and there's still a big difference. And what people find in golf courses or golf resorts is that they feel it as a shelter, and especially after COVID, they feel it as a shelter for themselves. They are like in a bubble where it's protected, it's safe, secure with all the services. And they also feel it as a shelter for their money. So it's like putting their money here. They know they're gonna either rent out or there's going to be a capital gain. They feel safe in all ways.
Yeah, it's a very soft landing, especially if you're looking for a second home. It's gated for the most part. Like, your community is gated. All the services are provided. If you don't speak excellent Spanish, you're going to be fine. Everybody,
Yeah.
you'll be able to speak your language. And beautiful, safe, easy, low, effort, and around a really international group of people, right? What nationalities do you feel like are most represented in the community that you sell in?
Oh my God! I mean, you have so many. In the early days, it was Belgians, but now it's like we have Czechs, Polish, Americans, Canadians, Northern European, Swedish, Iceland. We have a whole community of Iceland. I think we have them all here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Iceland is a tiny island, so I think they're all here. So yeah, so many nationalities. Germans are buying now; they're beginning to come. So it's fun to see, because every year you get one more nationality that are joining us, and that's enriching the area.
So let's go a little farther afield. So if you wanted to take a day trip and you live in Murcia, where are you going? Are you going to Cartagena? Are you taking the train to Madrid? What's a reasonable day, or like a one night away kind of trip?
If it's a one day, I would do a little bit of history, in the city center. So I would walk around everything in the old town is pedestrian. So I would probably go for a cafe at the Plaza de las Flores, and then have like a typical toast with ham, with Iberian ham, acorn ham, and then show the streets. Just walk around the streets and see how people live, the joy, the people sitting in the terraces. And I would go to some iconic buildings, like, for instance, the casino or the cathedral. Everything is within reach. Or the museum, the Las Claras Museum. Then I would go to the mountain because it's quite near. So I will show them the La Fuensanta Church, the viewpoint, Quita Pesares, and possibly I will spend the afternoon near the sea. So possibly have a nice meal by the sea. There's a place called Rubio 360 on the Mar Menor. It's like half an hour from Murcia, where you are actually in the water. So you feel like you're on a boat. And the quality, the food, the caldero, these dishes we spoke about, is cooked with so much love. And I mean, the quality is there and it's so reasonable in price. And then possibly the sunset, I will go to Tomás Maestre Marina. Tomás Maestre Marina, you can get, I think, one of the most special sunsets you can find. And I haven't seen any other, and I've been to many places. And you are like in between two seas because there's like a sleeve of sand in between the two seas. And you are facing the Mar Menor, which is the lagoon. You see the mountains at the bottom, and then behind you have the Mediterranean Sea. It was quite special to be there. Wow. And then when the sun sets, the colors you reach is like, wow, you feel like you're in a different world. I think that's pretty special. So we must try that when you come over.
That sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely incredible. Well, David, thank you so much for painting such a beautiful picture of this area and adding some color and context. I'm so excited to bring my guests to Murcia and give them a chance to experience the beautiful city and meet you and learn more about life and real estate in the area. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. I help people find their place abroad by connecting them to my carefully vetted network of real estate professionals, visa attorneys, tax consultants, and more. When you're ready to start your move abroad, reach out to me and I'll help you build the team of experts to make the move as easy and stress-free as possible. Until next time, keep traveling, keep exploring, and keep living the life you dream about.